Okay guys, Coop here. Just wanting to go over a few things. This is a trial, see how this works. On Alter Flame, going over some PvP strategies of what I would normally do. Just kind of help you guys learn what's going on, and some better strategies if you're interested. So normally when I start, I always start with in almost every PvP match, I'm going to start with something close range, sidearm, something like that. And I'm going to go with something a little bit long range right now. I'm really into the pulse rifles. Um, that being said, if we're doing cap in the zone, I normally leave only a couple guys at A if we're going to spawn on this side, and I'm going to bust straight to B. When I do that, I always kind of come around the edge. There's always seems to be somebody faster than me. At that point, I don't want to just go head to head and get shotgunned right off the bat. I'm going to come over here, pull out my long range, aim down here, see if somebody's going to come around at me. I can always get this angle here at people trying to cut that corner, and you're gonna have range because they're gonna be sitting with shotguns. So you get some advantage there just to get a couple taps on them, but you can get right behind this block right here, and also you're just kind of keeping an eye on your right. This being said, goes over one of my main strategies of always trying to keep cover close. I don't want to come way out here where it's a little bit tougher. I want to stay kind of near this block where I can get right behind it, or go further and use that block. To kind of keep that angle a little bit tighter. You can start aiming this way if you need to. But again, being able to disengage and get behind things and get around stuff, disengaging is really, really important. Next thing, if our team is going to start taking B, I'm going to pull over here and immediately start trying to cover them from somebody doing the same thing that I'm doing on this side over there. So I'm going to be using my long range again, kind of covering down this laneway while they're capping. That being said, sometimes you need to be the one capping, so if you kill them and nobody's going in, you can jump in. Best thing as a warlock is pop your rift in here. Other thing to notice is, again, people are going to be trying to shoot from down there at you or coming in at you. One of the best things you can do as you're capping is just being able to jump and hang right here in this corner. So that you can see the angle that they have to get to fire at you. Now, if they shoot a grenade, one of the best things you can do, it's tough to kind of pop way back over here. You're going to get shot immediately, and the angle's too bad. If they throw a grenade and you're a little bit tough, I would zoom straight across into this area. You get some safety, and they don't expect you to run that way. So anyway, so that's how I would cap B here, coming around, always aiming at angles where people are going to come out of, checking them out. Never, in my mind, I'm always kind of counting a 1, 2, 3. If nobody's peeking there, I don't see anybody on my radar, I'm going to the next one to look. Quick scoping down, 1, 2, 3. I'm never just sitting there hard scoping, because somebody's going to be coming from the left. Somebody's going to get you. I will never recommend going for a three cap unless your team is very, very strong. It's tough to do. The best way to do a three cap is if you've got 1 and 2 and you've noticed that, like, okay, I just got heavy, or we just got I've got my grenade, my melee, we've got a couple guys. So if they're capping C, that you can turn around, or super, and rush straight back to A, because again, the enemies are going to be spawning all at A, so you're going to have 5 or 6 guys spawning right there rushing to A. So if you've got heavy or a super or a couple grenades that you can just keep them off it, sometimes it's worth the risk to even just throw one grenade on it, and you're going to die. You're gonna die, but you've then got the 3 cap just because you've been the one that's in the way doing that. Some of the best classes for that are Titans, that their grenades can last for a long time. Things like that can completely cover the zone and get people off it. That being said, a lot of people, like, if you're playing long range, a great spot to play is kind of just out here along this edge, and shooting down at people. But again, stay in near where you can get into cover. You really never want to peek out and start firing from here. This is a bad spot to be firing from. You have no cover. It's going to take you too long to get here. It's going to take you too long to get over here. If you're going to do that, you want to be like right here. You want to be enough that if they get a couple headshots or one headshot on you, that you can quickly zoom around and disengage, come around back, aim up through the middle again. Go a direction they're not going to expect you. If you see a guy hard scope and he hits you here, don't wait 3 seconds to peek back out. That's one of the easiest ways to kill somebody, is if they're going to just peek right back out the same spot that you're hard scoping. I think I get probably half my kills that way. just watching people make mistakes. The more that you can keep yourself from making mistakes, the better. Um, on this map, again, heavy's very hard to get. I use it more as a something the opponent wants that I'm just going to sit here and shoot them while they're trying to get it. It's a taunt, it's a lure. You can throw grenades on them. You can get some good kills just guarding heavy. Um, and it's very similar from the other side. If you spawn on the other side, all this really applies. A lot of people like to fire down this laneway right here. They like to sit at this stairway and kind of shoot through that grass clump and snipe and everything. And nothing wrong with that. But it's hard to if somebody's already set up hard scope in there, it's very hard to challenge them. They've got a block they can get right behind. They can just duck right back and get out. They've got a lot of cover here. That side has less cover. It's a little bit tougher to do. My advice is to come around from the side on them or come through here on them, throw grenades, force them to get back. And then if your other guys can set up there, when they're trying to peek their head over, your guys are already set up to kill them. What else? This map is just it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, if you're getting crushed, you can get crushed by any side by a good team. But I think the biggest things that I'm gonna harp on and talk about are just making sure that if guys are rushing you back in your base at sea, use these angles. Fire from right next to cover, so you can never just run out to the middle if you can help it. Use your abilities, especially with stasis. Try not to group up too much, the way that is. Anyway, this is my first test on just a little bit of advice on this map, how Altar of Flame plays. If you've got any questions, hit me up on Discord, hit me up on PlayStation app, whatever. Shoot me a message, join me on voice chat, ask some questions. I don't mind going into a match with you guys and kind of going over some stuff as well. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments or something below. And again, this is the first trial of something like this, so let me know what you think. And I figure out how to turn this darn thing off too.